Well, hello and welcome. It's Saturday night here. Saturday night's alright. Oh yeah. Ba-da-da-da. Anyway, I hope you're doing really well. I have to be honest with you. I have got nothing planned for tonight. So it's anything goes. Anything can and will happen. It probably will happen. So we're gonna just see where things take us. Or hello, Trigger Happy. We're just going to see where the time takes us and everything that's happening. So some of the states are now out of lockdown. Yay! Some of the states aren't. There's been a mudslide in Tokyo. What else was I reading? There's, of course, a famine in Ethiopia. Myanmar's still got the issues with martial law. And Israel is at 60% vaccination rate and are looking to they actually say they've got too many Pfizer vaccines that expire next month and are looking for a country to take them off their hands. Does anyone know of a country that could be looking for some Pfizer? Silly Saturday. Hello, Gail. How are you? Are you still in lockdown, Gail, or are you out? So I think Queensland's out, aren't you, with the restrictions? Hi, John. And a man in South Australia tested positive on day 17 after leaving quarantine. This is the thing. I think quarantine should be for 21 days. And yet the federal government wants to make it no hotel quarantine and you quarantine in your own home. But it seems to be between day 14 and 17 or day 14 and 21 are when all the positive cases are appearing now. So that's what I know at this stage in time. How I trust you all well. Those things. Hello, Karen. Joe, lockdown officially ended 6 p.m. tonight, but still mandatory mask sign-ins for at least another 2 weeks. Although, well, as I said, we don't have to wear masks outdoors. We have to wear them indoors. And we have compulsory sign-ins. Otherwise, we've had compulsory sign-ins for ages. Otherwise, it's fines. Hello, Laura. How are you? Yes, I know. I read the excerpt from the from the Weekend magazine, which I did the video on. That is absolutely shocking. I have to say. I just find it really interesting that Nicole Flint would rather spend her time criticising someone like Friendly Jordies and ignore all the behaviour that's going on in her own party. I mean, if she wants to talk about feminism and equality and the treatment of women, let's look at what's happened in the government first before starting to look outside and criticising a journalist. It's just my opinion. Yes, it does seem very familiar. I mean, Parliament's always a toxic place. I mean, look at what they put Julia Gillard through. Whatever political persuasion you are, there has to be a moment where you say that what happened to Julia Gillard was nothing but bullying. And it may not have happened. A lot of that stuff would not have happened if she wasn't a female. Gail, I love your thumbnail. So the members will notice that there are new additional emojis that have been added. In fact, I think I added another 5 today. So there's different ones today. So I think, yeah, and there's still more to come. I can only put 19 in, and then I've got to have another 25 members. So, and by the way, I've hit 50 members. So thank you to all my members. I've hit 50 members. Very much appreciated. So, yeah. UK positive cases continue to rise. Wow, 27 today, 27 yesterday. Wow. Yeah, the Band-Aid. The Band-Aid was made by Osbel after I'd posted something in Discord about something that Katie Joy had posted, and she said she really needs a Band-Aid. And so next thing I know, she's done a Band-Aid emoji. It doesn't show up in my restream, so it's interesting. All I get are the words. Band-Aid, donut, not. Yeah, Julie's situation might be a bit. Well, yes. Cool, yeah. There's been a lot of new stuff. So New South Wales had 27 today, didn't they? Didn't they have another 27 cases today? I thought I saw that. Was it 27? All I know is that we had none. So we've got none in Victoria. That's all I know. So yeah, so I'm half interested in getting Julia Banks's book just to see what other stuff she's in there. I mean, if you want to talk about dirt, that excerpt really did not make the Prime Minister look in a very good light. Did it, in all honesty? And the backstabbing and all the stuff all the workings behind it all was. In that first part of that excerpt, when she was talking about having to talk about how old she was and how old her children were, I was pretty disgusted at that. From that part of the excerpt of the book, but it's interesting because what she talks about, we've heard whispers around about that this type of stuff happens to women in Parliament, and I'll be interested to see what comes out of the investigation the Prime Minister set up for that. Hello, Feel the Love. How are you? It's been a very quiet day on the Katie Joy front. It would seem that she posted the picture to say don't ask any questions, but her son's sick or something. But she wasn't going to answer any questions on him. But he was sick. But there seems to be more backstabbing than a game of Mortal Kombat. There is, actually. And my kiddo is dealing with an issue related to one of his medical conditions. I'm worried he might need another surgery. Please keep good thoughts. And then she says, but I'm not going to answer any more questions. Yeah. And then so she posts that. What time? She posts that at 7. She posted that at 9:39 p.m. Oh, you just woke up to a sick puppy? Huh? Is a puppy sick? No, sorry, I didn't make that very clear. No, her son, her kiddo. Oh, plan to create. Oh, no doubt she will spill her guts tomorrow. I stand around talking. I stand around talking too much. So she says, is there any of you could send my... And then she goes, no hate, no trolling. I don't want to answer questions about what is going on due to the stalking we have faced. We just need some good vibes. Questions related to his medical conditions will no longer be answered. I am not going to be sharing his private details. We just need support. And it's like, okay, well, you've just put it out there. So then she posted that at 9:39. Then she posted that. And then so 2 hours later, she posts this. My son will need a guardian as an adult. He will need to make decisions. He will need help to make decisions. Not all families will want to harm their loved ones that need guardians as adults. Brittany's situation is unique and troubling, and so many of us are facing aren't like the Spears family. So she's already saying, we've already been told that we will need to become guardians for our son as an adult. Our family involved. I know that so many loving families, they've had to make this choice for their family members. It's not a simple process. For our family, it involved, but he's only 8. It involved a full neurological, neurophysiological examination from qualified experts. We are fully aware of our son's strengths and weaknesses. He will need help, but that doesn't mean he's not capable. Please know for so many, it's simply to ensure. But why is that decision being made when he's 8? Medical science changes and improves. By the time he's an adult, there may be cures and there may be treatments for whatever he's got. So that's all we know. That's all we know. It was a very quiet day. I don't even think she posted any videos from what I can work out. There was a few tweets, but yeah, it was a very quiet day. So what about when he will be an adult? I know. Well, I'm surely that they're going to have to. Surely they're going to have to do another evaluation. I think they do have to do evaluations every so many years. So, I don't understand that. She wrote in past tense as if it's already been determined, but he's 8. Yeah, Ralph is fixed. Rick fixed him. She should encourage him. John, it's really interesting seeing how. Sorry to refer you as outsiders, but you are outsiders to all the Katie stuff. But it's interesting how you look at what she's written and go, this doesn't quite make sense. Yeah, it just doesn't make me feel as stupid. Because sometimes I think, I'm reading this wrong. And of course I'm not. So I'm very pleased about that. But you're right. You can't put limits on your children. She doesn't want people talking about her son. She can have her own way. I don't care. Well, that is true. That is true. I guess I care because I work with kids, but considering the wording she uses on the live, but I'm just really not sure. Well, we have a care house across the road with people who have mental and physical disabilities across the road. They live in a care home and they have carers in there all the time, and they're essentially independent, but they have people in there to supervise them. So. Oh, they all went swimming yesterday. Really? I'm just trying to see that. Okay. So was there something? I wonder if it was something in the water. But it was funny because I was thinking, oh, we must be nearly time for another, child story, and then we get the thing about him being sick, and I don't want him to be ill at all. But it's just it seems to be this pattern. But I just hope that he's okay and that he gets well. That's all I do. I don't want anything to happen to that boy. From what I've seen, he's cute and adorable. Hi, Lee. Yeah. Uh, so I said before I don't really have an agenda, so it's anything. It's anything goes. So tonight we're going to talk about whatever you want, whatever we want. Yeah, see, I haven't heard anyone say anything against him either. And that was 8 hours ago. No, I haven't looked at the Bros game. I probably should. Ballistic says, how did KJ and Tate make such a good, cute child? I know. He's cute, isn't it? Yeah, whatever you want. So there's nothing there's been nothing for 8 hours. So I don't even think she did a video today. I think somebody was saying that's how quiet it was. So he must be ill. Well, Jenna, that's right. She says, don't mention my son, and then says he's sick. Of course, people are going to be concerned. It was the last time. Remember, it was when she went on live after the last time she took photos from the hospital, if you remember rightly, and posted it. And then it was after that she said that they'd waited for 4 days, and it was okay. She's so hypercritical. Hypercritical? Is it hypo or hypo? Hypercritical. Yeah. So. There's the Bondi cluster is at 207 at the moment. That's pretty big. I can't see that they can come out of that. They had 35 new cases today. I don't know how they can think of how they can come out of lockdown. Yeah, I heard that she went live in the ER. I never saw that. So, yeah, that's a big plus. Oh, I said I think my predictions have been coming true. I think New South Wales is about to cop what Victoria had last year. I think it was the beginning of the. I think I mucked up as Morrison says one thing, then does the opposite. maybe she's yeah, she is. Said it's got 60% vaccination rate, and are trying to palm off all their own. I am. Oh, Gail, was it that obvious? Was it that obvious, Gail? I told you that I could be very, very mean and nasty at times. Couldn't have happened to a better state. No, that's all right. It's just as the person. See, and I couldn't play poker either because you don't know. I do feel sorry for the people. I don't feel sorry for the government of New South Wales. I feel sorry for the people of New South Wales. It's just funny. I didn't realise. I didn't realise I'd made it that obvious. interestingly, I got a phone call today, and it was the Department of Health here in Victoria, and I got this text message that says, "You'll be please expect a call from the Department of Health to book your next COVID vaccination." And so I went, "Okay, well, I've already had 2. How many more am I supposed to have?" And so they rang me, and they said, "We need to book in for your second vaccination." I said, "But I've already had it." And they said, "Not according to our records." And I said, "Well, I've got my Medicare immunisation certificate." So they pulled up my Medicare card, put it in, and said, "Oh, yes, you have it. You have had it too." So there you go. Oh, really? They've spent the fireworks? It's a bit early for that, isn't it? Isn't it a bit early? People putting off fireworks. Yeah. So we were talking about the story of Julia Banks. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to hog all the vaccines. I'll go when they go, "We missed out. Someone was not able to get their vaccine," and they'll go, "Oh, we know where the third one went." It's my 50. Wow. I think fireworks are banned in most states, Scale. Oh. So the this is Australian. This is Australian humour. This is just on my Twitter. It says, as the UK Health Minister got stood down for cheating on his wife, Australian politicians expressed confusion why they didn't promote him to Deputy PM. That is hilarious. Then someone else responds with, then there's another response. If that role's not available, there's always that of the Attorney General. They do funny things over in the UK, don't they? You do something wrong and you don't get promoted. Then you get sacked and brought back in. Oh dear. Yeah, ours went away for a couple of years, and I'm sure that they think he's a legend in Australia. based on what I've heard. Victorians, maybe, Tom? I don't think so. Well, he came out and spoke about that. Well, it's interesting because after what Julia Banks has written about, nobody should be pointing the finger at any bit. There's lots of stuff going on in Canberra. I can't believe that they're allowed to drink while they're working. That to me, I mean, how many jobs do you know? And don't forget that they make laws for the country. How many jobs do you know? where you were allowed to drink when you're having to make decisions? Let me ask you that. That's better than serious and grumpy like ours in the last. They need a bonk ban like us. Yes. I showed the Jimmy Reeves one last night. Yes, I think they do need a bonk ban. I think the UK needs to bring in the bonk ban. And, of course, that was brought in because of Barnaby too, wasn't it? It really was. It was brought in because of Barnaby. I showed Jenny Reeves yesterday. But when they've got to make decisions about laws of our country, there should be no drinking allowed in my view. And from what Julia Bates wrote from what was in that excerpt, yes, there is a bar in the Barnaby bonk ban. So, because she talks about in there how there was some drinking going on and she was sitting on the couch and one of the federal ministers put his hand on her thigh and was moving his hand up her legs, and how she couldn't believe it. And then she actually said to another female colleague, "Don't leave me in the room by myself." So, and there was drinking going on. She said they were there because they were waiting for the bells to ring to make a decision. So how can you? That would be unheard of here. It should be unheard of here too. In my view, they should be needing to be sober. Of course, we had that senator that they said was drunk, but she denied being drunk, and she reckons she had a bit of wine at dinner time. I'm sorry, you can't do that. It's a little Britain sketch about an MP scandal that us Brits immediately thought it was. Really? Oh, it's just like us and the UK public, but the people are looking. Mm. Oh, wow, with my son for his birthday. Cool. Harrison was on earlier today and he got bored. So for me, they should have to be. Could you imagine if in the doctor's lounge they had like alcohol for them to drink while they were waiting to surgery, and no, it doesn't happen. There should be no alcohol during Parliament session times. In Victoria, schools aren't allowed to have alcohol on the premises, even for after-hour events. I'm horrified I had to wear clothes. Oh, dear. That's funny. And don't forget, we make fun of our politicians, as you saw with the Scotty hashtag song. Tea time is dinner. The final meal of the night. That's what we call tea time. So that's your main nighttime meal, Jenna. Well, I believe the prayer room at Parliament House. I believe the prayer room at Parliament House has been busy. So this is so New South Wales has got 200 235. Queensland's and rising. Queensland's got 43 and rising. 8's got 8 and increasing. Victoria's got 31 and decreasing because we've had nothing. Northern Territory's got 11 and increasing. South Australia's got 14 and increasing. Tasmania and ACT's got nothing at the moment. 6% fully vaccinated. 18.5% only one dose. And 38 out of 38 ranked in the OECD. So the OECD ranking is the percentage for fully vaccinated. So that was updated yesterday. So it probably has changed a little bit since then. You pictured people with fancy teacups. Now we might call that a high tea, which is like an afternoon tea where you have, sandwiches and plates and stuff like that. But no, we call tea. Yeah, that's a high tea. When you pull out the fancy stuff. Or Christmas is the only time I pull out the fancy stuff. Half of the National Party was infected, but I think they were New South Wales National Party MPs. John Fox. I don't think. Yeah, 6% fully vaccinated. It's, and we say scone. I say scone. So, hello, how are you? Japanese, I can't read. Is it? I don't know what language that's in. Hello, Order Cook. How are you? Did you see your Chinese? You can say quinanya. Quinanya? I hope I spelt that right. Normal human. We those in parts of England pronounce it strangely. Like scone. So no, I can't translate either, but needs cream on top. Does need cream. It needs to have cream and strawberry jam. You are only way to eat scones. I pronounce scone both ways to irritate people. I know English, no problem. Oh, that's good. If you think otherwise. So what has people done today, or what are the plans for today, or what's happening in everybody's? No cream and sugar. Ooh, no cream and sugar. Wow, I've not tried it with cream and sugar. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So tomato. Cleaning the bathroom top to bottom. Almost finished. Looks new for about a week. Oh dear. Ballistic. I'm racking my brain how to do your picture. Oh, it's yummy. Didn't do much today. Didn't get above 7 degrees. Yeah, well, it's about 8 here in Melbourne, so it did get a little bit warmer with the. I think it got to about 10 or 11, but yeah, it was not nice. Can't plan anything with multiple houses. Timber bomb went off nitro's time. Babysitting grandson. Cool. Going to see a hair appointment. Canon for ballistic. A Wimbledon cream tea consists of a scone with clotted cream and jam, a pot of tea, and an eaten mess. It's the only time I go to the garden centre cafe. Sounds very nice because Wimbledon's there at the moment, isn't it? Now, here's an interesting, for those of you that know tennis, an interesting pairing for mixed doubles. The two most unlikely candidates. Who would you put together? Have you seen Nat's What I Reckon's cooking vid? No, I haven't. Is that the Nat? No, I haven't. But did you see a double pairing? Have you seen a mixed double pairing? That I have to say raised my eyebrow. One person, Nick Kyrgios, is one person in the doubles combination. I didn't know she could do much of that. And that's what I reckon is hilarious. No, I haven't seen That's what I reckon. No. Oh, okay. That's what I reckon. Okay, I'll have to have a look at it. No, it's not Ash Barty. No. I could see that pairing. They're American. Surname Williams. No, mixed doubles. It's Nick Kyrgios and Venus Williams. You can't guess because you saw it on news. I thought it was just a very interesting combination. Kitten Rescue, we should see them. Yes. Yeah, Nick Kyrgios and Venus Williams. They would not have been the pair that I would have put together, to be honest with you. But maybe Venus will straighten him out. But they won, so that's good. Nick Kyrgios and Martina Navratilova. That would be very interesting too. That would be very interesting. Yes, I watch Aussie Man too. Apparently, she's been teaching him. Uh, So there you go. He calls her V. But anyway. Venus, yeah, Venus Williams. So Kyrgios and McEnroe would be very interesting. Oh, they'd be trying to outdo each other actually as to who's going to do the most insults and who's going to lose it first. When I was working at the Australian Open, they did have the McEnroe brothers. They're actually really quite funny because his brother, John McEnroe's brother, actually just takes on the persona of John on the court, and it's so funny because John McEnroe will say, "Well, that's stop being embarrassing," and his brother goes, "I'm just being what you were." Yeah, that was. So, all right, here's another question. The statue of do people the statue of Diana? Had some mixed reviews. Oh, am I robot? Hello, Bo. Oh. Hello. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Okay. I said, what did everyone think of Princess Diana's statue? It got mixed reviews, of course. So just in case you haven't seen it, is it still a bit funny? Here is the statue. Thank you for telling everybody I can read. Here it is here. Okay, you're okay. Everyone can hear me again? So John hasn't seen it. So this is the statue. So what are your thoughts on the statue? I initially thought, why is there a boy and a girl? I would have accepted it if it was two boys and it was her two boys. I could get that. I could understand that. This sculpture invites us to see Diana as a modern Mary, and they don't want it to be a shrine, is what they were saying. So that's her. That's the, yeah. Is there a third child? Okay. Well, there you go. Oh, yeah, there's a third one behind, right? Is that the third one just in there? Yeah. I mean, it does look like her. But, yeah, it's the kids that I... Oh, it protects 2 children in her arms while a third lurks behind her. It is a religious image that shamelessly plays up to the most mawkish aspects of Diana worship. This person obviously not happy. She deserves to be remembered, but does she need to be turned into a colossal divine protectress of all children? If that's how Harry and William think of her, then that's up to them. But it looks like the art of a new religion. So here's the boys. It will be, but not fart lovers. What's Harry saying to William there? Go, who's the kids? I don't know. Yeah, she's a patron, yeah. But it has had I read it represents the children of the world, and she's the patrons of a lot of soldiers across. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, a lot of people, it's got mixed reaction. So whoever wrote this article says it's a shameless, a characterless sculpture that shamelessly plays up to the Diana worship. For my speakers, I think it's connected to do with my stupid internet and everything like that. It's all of the above. So anyway, so that's the Diana statue. The 2 brothers looked a bit awkward there together, didn't they? Couldn't see that it was just 2 generic kids and not her children. Well, I thought it was her children initially until I realized there was a girl there and she didn't have a girl. So I think the belt is wrong. It was her wearing the black revenge dress people would mind. True. Hello, Alberta. We're just talking about the Princess Diana statue at the moment. Well, she was always impeccably dressed. She was. So a few people are saying it was stiff and pompous. It would make more sense if it was her sons, said Ballistic. I think it would have made more sense if it was her sons, to be perfectly honest, because I thought what first drew my eyes to was the boy, and I thought, oh, that's William. Oh, that can't be Harry. That's a girl. And then I went, oh, what's this about? But if it was William and Harry as little kids, I would have, I could have done it. During the years, Diana was the one woman who was holding power at the time. If there was no other role models at that time who could hold their own, you had to be there. Yeah, she was. She was the only one that could hold her own. She was. Did they use their own money or pay for it? I don't know, Ballistic. William seemed to be off with her. Wow. In the sunken gardens of Kensington Palace, Ballistic. There you go. I can tell you that much. It was their money, I think. We thought Diana was beautiful and died tragically would make more sense. Well, it's no different to a politician. I mean, when they say the politicians are paying for their own, if your taxes are paying for it, you want a refund. So this is the UK Guardian. So it says, saw the Duke of Cambridge and Sussex reunited in their tribute to their mother, setting aside their recent differences. Well, I don't think. By the way, how far apart they're standing, I would say that they've been on what would have been Diana's 60th birthday. The brothers appeared together for the first time. Prince William arrived a few minutes after Harry, and the two pulled a cord to unveil a sculpture cast in bronze of Diana, surrounded by 3 children in the sunken garden at Kensington Palace, her former home. COVID dictated a limited guest list, including Diana's sibling, Earl Spencer, Lady Sarah Morgadale, and Lady Jane Fellows, as well as the statue committee and others involved in the installation and the garden design. Prince Charles was absent, so was the Queen. William and Harry made no speeches during the ceremony. In a brief joint statement released after the unveiling today, on what would have been our mother's 60th birthday, remember her love, strength and character, qualities that made her a force for good around the world, changing countless lives forever. Every day we wish she was still with us, and our hope is that this statue will be seen forever as a symbol of her life and legacy. So sculptor Ian Rank broadly depicted Diana with short cropped hair in the later years of her life. Kensington Palace said the statue aims to reflect Diana's warmth, elegance and energy, while 3 children beside her represent the universality and generational impact of the princess's work. Diana, Princess of Wales, was an icon who touched the lives of people right around the world, so it was a privilege to work alongside Prince Harry and William on this statue which commemorates her life. So I'm getting the impression that they had some say in it. We wanted to capture her warmth and humanity while showcasing the impact she had across the generations. I hope that people will enjoy visiting the statue and the sunken garden and taking a moment to remember the princess. In front of the statue is a paving stone engraved with an extract inspired by the poem, The Measure of a Man. These are the units to measure the worth of this woman as a woman regardless of birth, not what was her station, but had she her heart? How did she play her God-given part? Plans for the statues were first announced in 2017 on the 20th anniversary of Diana's death. Rode broadly said William Harry helped with photographs, reminiscences and anecdotes about their mother, which he drew upon as they visited his studio on a regular basis, describing it as a collaborative effort. He said he had paid the greatest heed to both princes in what they had to say. He hoped the statue might provide some solace for them. So then it goes on about the fact that, about the fact they're divided at the moment, So anyway, that's what it says. I can't believe she would have been 60 either. Billy says, can't deny Harry is Charles's kid now. He's got the hairline too. Yeah, he's got that gene. Yes, they all bald young, hey? Oh, that's something. I think everybody. I think most people would remember. Most people around. It's a bit like September 11. It's one of those things where you know where you were or what you were doing at that time. That was wasn't it? Yeah, Thursday. I was at church for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, it would have been interesting to see how she would have been. I noticed they didn't show her brother, but me being a computer epic nerd on the computer on IRCE, says Tom. So my nacho dog is nearly healed from being neutered. It's nearly time to find him out. Oh, that's good. Nearly all healed. Um, 9/11. I thought Dinah died on the weekend. Or was a Sunday because I was at church. I think 9/11 was on a weekday. Yeah, I remember that. Wake up, turned on the news, and went wow. So yeah, I was awake and heard it announced on TV. Awake, everyone up. It was school holidays. Wow. Karen says, when I was little, I cut out picture books with the yeah. Yes, I remember those. I remember those cut out books. I think everybody wanted to be. I think everybody had the dream of being like Princess Diana because she seems like she did have the perfect life at the time. Um, but even when she left the royal family, everyone was still calling her Princess Diana. So for her to keep her title and to keep all of the Princess of Wales was really important. And I think the royal family had to do it with everything that was going on. And don't forget, she was the mother of the future king. So of course she was going to, she would have to be treated differently because she's the mother of the king, future king. Was supposed to get a poodle, were you? Oh, well, you're awake. I can remember. I remember the wedding. I mean, that dress was beautiful, wasn't it? Oh, his name is Nacho, and this is the color of Nacho's, Tom. Me and Harry are the same age. She came to my school and we performed dance to her. Nice. Mitch transformed into an American bulldog. He's a gorgeous boy. Just eats everything. When Diana died, I went into my backyard because my neighbor was crying and sobbing. She just kept saying, she's dead, she's dead. I thought it was her daughter she was talking about. That's how it was. That's how it was, yeah. That train was I think there was I think there was some wedding dresses where they would refer to when you'd go to a bridal shop and they called it the Diana train, but no one had one. Funny thing is, Jenny, speaking, Diana is more English royalty than the royal family. She wasn't she? They are more German, yes. I cried even more when Diana died than when my mum did because I could. Oh yeah. It's still hard to believe that she would have been 60 though, to be honest. I'm going to go, not feeling the best. We'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah, see you, plan to create. Thank you. So some of the western parts of Canada have got lightning strikes and heat waves and fires at the moment too. That's not good. I've just sitting here and refreshing all my news filters. She noticed a few of us tall girls said she sympathised with us dancing with short boys. People in the UK say if Germany had won the war, we'd be ruled by German now. We sort of already are. Oh dear. You having a rough time with fires? Wow. Hmm. Oh, I found out. I'm going to get back into the Katie Joy thing for a moment. I found out that there is a male commentator who was Bo. There's some guy that says he's Charles's son or something. Charles and Camilla, Charles's son or something. Yeah, I don't know. Um, he got dragged on Katie Joy's Instagram by a sub who said for everybody to mass flag him because he was talking about Katie Joy. And he gave her 24 hours to take it down. Otherwise, he was going to send a cease and desist and start proceedings against her. So it's going to be interesting to see whether that happened. All right, see you short order, cook. Cat feeding time. I don't know much about it, but I do know that it was said on her Instagram, and he'd sought law advice. He's a truck driver, actually. He also is very critical of Todd. What did he say? Relying on his wife to do all the work. He reckons he should be pulling his weight and earning some money. So, and yeah, I'm not talking about a doctor who don't know your back. Oh, okay. It's another one, is it? Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, what's his name? I found his YouTube channel, and he sort of says on the video, Katie Joy, you don't have a monopoly over the Duggars. If I want to talk about the Duggars, I can talk about the Duggars. Isn't Toad the main character? I believe he is. But then he started his own business, and there's times where they're both on the internet. They're both doing stuff at the same time. So I don't know. But anyway, so she's upset someone, and so he's going to. He's not very happy with her. I wasn't sure I wanted to bring my daughter into this. Yeah, my daughter was one. She was born in 2000. Yeah, she was one, ready to turn two. Yes, cane toad. That's all right, John Fox. You don't need to worry about who the Duggars are. She won't care. Anyway, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. He was not very happy with her. Road. He's on YouTube, and he's got 1.2 thousand, I think. 1,200. Sorry, 1,200. It's not. Don't go down the Duggar rabbit hole. Yeah. There you go. You've been warned not to do it. Cried for 5 weeks all the time. It was heartbreaking. You stay away from the Tuckers. Oh dear. I'm going to see if I can find him. Ugh. I don't mind much about KJ, but she would be an interesting source for when I go back to studying body language. Well, we would like somebody. We would like somebody to study her body language. That was something we've always said. We'd love to have somebody look at her body language. I believe, Gail, it is true. I'm going to just see if I can find what it was. Where are we? So, yeah, his name... Yeah, he is really serious. He is really serious. Where are we? So one of her stands told everybody to go flag this channel. And he was saying that if she hasn't told them not to, then she could be liable for the actions of her stands. I'm getting my age away when I say the main expert was LMP's mini book. Well, he's still very respected, though, isn't he? Because I've read some of LMP's books. Maybe I'm showing my age. Actually, I was watching a video from a body action. Oh, no. We talked about Amber Heard's announcement. I knew that she had a baby, but I didn't know how the baby had come about. Does that make sense? Yes, and that was his point, Gail. That was his point, that if she hasn't told them not to, then it could be deemed that she goes along with it. Let me find it. Yeah, Amber Heard had a child, so it was a surrogate, was it? So he did a video called Jim Bob Duggar's Past, Part 1, 6 days ago. Yeah, Amber Heard did have a. So this is the. He wrote one. Without a crystal ball, subscribers are threatening to report him to report on him. Well, you know what happens when things happen to people that involved with Katie Joy, their subs that go up. So a week ago he said one of KJ's Karens attacked him. So he's been talking about a few things, like not necessarily all about. Here he's got Dante Wright, the Gorilla Glue Girl. So he's rookie truck driver. So he's a truck driver. So Josh Duggar out on bail. New Zealand transgender weightlifter will compete. Josh Duggar's brother-in-law and custodian is straight, but one of KJ's Karen's attack. Without a crystal ball is grasping at straws. Why I do videos on the Duggars. Katie Joy, the drama. Katie Joy, here's my advice. The Duggars are cancelled by TLC. Is Katie Joy bipolar? Katie Joy fangirls attacks me and fellow driver. I have a stalker. That's interesting. He's got a stalker now. They're threatening me. My request to without a crystal ball. So that's what's happened. So he's now being stalked. Oh, really? Heard the baby might have. Oh, really? Amber Heard. Yes, because she did have a. How do you pronounce the baby's name? Isn't stalker part of the KJ package? It sounds like he only got. It sounds like he got the stalker only just recently when he started to cover Katie Joy. How do you pronounce the baby's name though? Ulnag? Kylie's the only Kardashian Jenner I like. They're fighting over embryos. Wow. So this is the article on Amber Heard. See, I told you we're talking about everything and anything. And yeah, and it won't be a long one tonight either because I need to get up early in the morning and I've been sleeping in. It says she's sun fans with her announcement today that she's welcomed her first child. So, oh, look. The actress, 35, revealed the birth of her baby girl just months after ex-husband Johnny Depp lost his libel case against her. A source told Page 6 on Thursday that Heard is beyond in love with her daughter, whom she named Una, O-O-O-N-A-G-H, Page, after her late mother, Page. She was born on April 8 with the help of a surrogate after Heard was told she would never be able to carry her own baby. She's absolutely gorgeous and Amber is besotted. She always knew that she wanted to be mum. This is her greatest wish come true. She's so grateful to the wonderful woman who helped her bring Una into the world. Joy woke up today, asked Google temp. She said 3, rolled over and went back to sleep. That's what I did. So she feels the most important thing is that she's open about the birth. There are so many women who feel like they can't talk about fertility and are worried and embarrassed. Amber wants them to feel supported, to realise that there are multiple ways to have a baby, even if you have fertility issues. She confirmed the news today on Instagram. There you go. She's gorgeous though. I'm excited to share this news with you. 4 years ago, I decided I wanted to have a child. I wanted to do it on my own terms. I now appreciate how radical it is for us women to think about one of the most fundamental parts of our destinies in this way. I hope we arrive at a point when it's normalised to not want a ring in order to have a crib. She added, a part of me wants to uphold my private life. Is none of anyone's business. I get that nature of my job compels me to take control of this. My daughter was born on April 8. Her name is Una Page Heard. She's the beginning of the rest of my life. Heard is currently in a relationship with cinematographer Bianna Butty, whom she has been dating since January 2020. But she made the decision to have the baby on her own some time ago and is proud to be Una's sole legal parent. The actress is set to star in Aquaman 2, in which she plays Antine Princess Mira against opposite Jason Momoa. I cannot pronounce these names, I'm sorry. The birth of Heard's baby is particularly poignant for Lindsay, as she lost her own mum in May 2020 at the age of 63, saying at the time that she was heartbroken and devastated beyond belief. The star's mum's death came weeks before she faced Johnny Depp, 58, in London's High Court in a 3-week trial last July. She gave evidence against the Pirates of the Caribbean star who eventually lost his libel case against the Sun newspaper over an article that labelled him a wife beater. Anyway, that goes into that. Goes into all of that past history. We don't really. They're apparently going to face court again in April, Depp is suing Heard over 2018 Washington Post piece, which she claimed to be a victim of domestic violence, but didn't mention the actor by name. For now, all that matters is to Amber is Uma and raising a healthy, strong daughter. So there you go. Yeah, so it looks like the one in the US might be better than the UK one here. Does she still have her doggies though? Well, who's were the dogs that Barnaby wouldn't let into the country? The thing is, they said she's in a new relationship, but she obviously hasn't considered the other person in the relationship because they said she's done it on her own terms. That's a bit selfish in my view. Were they Depp's dogs? To me, that's a bit selfish because your life changes with the baby, and the relationship is going to change. So why wouldn't the other person be considered in that relationship? The case was totally fraudulent. I agree, it is a bit selfish, says Graham. There's been all sorts of things come out, hasn't there? Well, that's right. Your life changes, and then when you add a baby to that, it's upheaval like you've never had before. Wow, that's pretty scary there, Bo. Mm. Well, let's hope motherhood changes her, yeah. So this YouTuber now that's got this stalker, it looks like it's since he started covering Katie that he's got this stuff because... But yeah, as I said, he's started to be attacked by her stands now, so... A lot of his videos he does when he's driving his truck, so he's just... I watched the one where he says, well, I'm allowed to have an opinion about the Duggars. Why is it your opinion just counts? Just gonna find well, and that's where you need the other person in a relationship to support you. But if you're determined to do it on your own, I know women that wear kids' clothes and can make a mess if they... Wow. Well, I used to be able to wear kids' clothes before kids. Before I had kids, I could wear kids' clothes. Can't anymore. So mainly farm girls. I tell you what, they're pretty tough, aren't they, farm girls? People she pays is going to find out how hard it is to manage a child. Correct. I'd just like to let everybody know that Gail has been knocked off the top chatters list, by the way. I just thought I'd point that out. Never upset a farm girl. No. They are pretty tough. Who did that to Gail? Why, you did, John Fox. Here we go. Look, I'll show you, just so that you can see it for yourself, to make sure that I am not lying. Bows in 6th place. Triggers in 7th. Ballistics in 9th. John's in top place. There you go, John. Laura's in 11th. The top chatters, Alberta. Let's see where you come in. See if you make the top 10. No, top 25. No, you're not in the top 25. So this is Nightbot. Am I saying you talk? No, you don't talk very. You only talk 6th most, Bo. There's 5 people that talk more than you. Yeah, so it's the people that chat the most, actually. Nightbot does keeps track of, anyway. It's just something Nightbot does. It also has logs of the chats, which is really handy if there's sometimes people will say that something was said and what context it was said, and sometimes you have to go back and get the transcripts. Well, Nightbot actually keeps the logs, so you're usually on long before I wake up. That's right. So it just helps. So we actually have transcripts. We actually have transcripts of all the chats as well. So if we need to, we can refer to them. You can stay quiet, Laura. So did the members check out all the new pictures today that were added? It's a shame Sarah Loves Donuts isn't here, because there was a donut one added. One of night. I know that I added one of Nightbot. I added Band-Aid. What else did I add? I can't remember. There's some good ones though. Breaking news: a man is top chatter. I know, Gail. Isn't that amazing? Yes, it's the quiet ones you have to worry about. Yeah, I didn't even. Where does Osbel come in? Osbel's not in the top 25. Looking forward to my. Yes, Kim. Looking forward to your. Have you got any ideas what you want your emojis to look like? because I know Osbel said she struggles with people's real names. Sock puppet. I know the sock puppet's cool, isn't it? I tell you what, we need to do it. We need to do a Katie Joy. We need to do a live of Katie Joy, and every time she says sock puppet, everyone puts their sock puppets up. Because you've all got your sock puppets, and so when she goes, and these sock puppet accounts, these sock puppet accounts, and suddenly my chat's full of sock puppets. Osbel, she said a rose. Sock puppet. We'll do that. So someone remind me the next time we watch a Katie Joy live, we'll do it. We'll play a game that every time she says sock puppet, we make our sock puppets appear. No? Oh, come on. We got to make it fun. We got to make it fun. Well, you do have the Band-Aid there where you can shut her up as well. I didn't put them all in yet, but Osbel. So it's a member thing. I think that they only give me 19 free, so Band-Aid. Yeah, we got the Band-Aid. They're pretty cool. The sock puppet's the best one, I reckon. Too scared to do KJ lives anymore. Yeah. Yeah, so so they're part of the member emojis, Alberta. I have to do something about that next week. Oh, John wants to get a sock puppet. So just part of the the sock puppet has great expression. It does, doesn't it? I will need to do a sad fish. I think so. Oh, and you need to put the girl in the teapot as well as a emoji. If I need to, I'll delete some of the older ones and I'll just make them all the new ones. In fact, I should actually change all the level pictures as well. Band-Aid always makes boo-boo better. But I still, as I said, I still think we can turn it into a game. Oh, John, yeah, you're like me this week. Yeah, I've got a whole lot of stuff that I want to buy. But I've got a whole lot of stock here as well that I probably will need to move. So I probably will do an online sale and try to move some of that stuff as well. Because if I did that, then I'd actually have money. Yes, sad fish and coffee, girl in a coffee cup. Girl in the coffee cup. Do you know Harrison still talks about girl in the coffee cup? He still cackle laughs at that. Girl in a coffee cup. Bingo game. Yeah. A troll would be good. Your chat would go crazy. A troll, yeah. Well, I've got the troll swatter as well to put in. That's when we get to 2,000 subs. So when we get to 2,000 subs, the troll swatter goes in. So the car stuff you up. Then the Mario stuff will stuff me. Well, this Mario stuff will stuff me up too because I want it. I've just got to make it into a need. I need it badly. Oh dear. How close am I to 2,000? I just keep losing people at the moment. People don't like me. I've lost a few because I'm not talking about Katie Joy all the time. And then some people came because I was talking about Friendly Geordies, and then because I don't talk about him all the time. I'm on 1941 tonight. But I got banned on Facebook for calling out and troll, then they checked it and reversed the decision. Wow. Yes, I'm on 1941. I was on 1.95 yesterday. So I've lost a heap. So, yeah. But I've got 50 members, which I'm really, really, which just blows my mind. We are a crazy fun community. That's correct. I did hear that guy, Joe, Facebook thing all happened in 1 hour. Wow. Actually, I'm probably going to hook up. So with Restream, you can stream to 30 different platforms at once. So I'm probably going to hook up a few more connection and streams so that I'm getting more exposure out there. But I know things that make you happy and entertain you. That's right. We are a tight community. And it's about, checking in on each other and making sure that everyone's all right. And also we can talk about, we've talked about a whole range of topics tonight. And again, we have spoken about Katie Joy, but she's not the full conversation, which I'm really happy about. But I subbed with this account as well. Come on, 2K. Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I was really surprised though the video that I did on Julia Banks was allowed to be monetized. I was really surprised, but I had decided that story, the story that she told was important. For me, it's the story and the entertainment that's more important than the monetization. I really don't care. Here, keeping away from KJ. So yeah. So yeah. So for me, if the story is to be told, I'll tell it, and that's what it is. Tripping. It's about telling. Yeah, it's about the story, not the money, really. Yeah. Yep. So the Discord. Can you do? You just click on the link here. I think. Let's see if this works. For your lovely laugh. Oh, well, I have had some people that have said. There you go. I've done it too. So if you do, Discord, and if you click on that, that will take you to Discord. Doesn't. There you go. I just did it. So you can do. Did you see US Supreme Court is looking at updating defamation laws? No, I didn't see that. That's interesting. Yeah, I know, Gail. That's good. But that's good, though. You got it twice. Can anybody do that? I think anybody can do Shift 1 and Discord, I think, and for it to appear. There's also, or is it just mods? I don't know. because so it just makes it easier rather than Gail having to type it up all the time. She can just put in a phrase and it brings it up. Yep, Nightbot is fixed. Rick's fixed Nightbot. Might stick here for the moment instead of Discord. That's fine. You're welcome to do whatever you. That's yeah. It's just that sometimes we go after this, we go chat, and if we find anything, you thought any mods? Yeah, maybe go. I don't know. Dirty heavy. Yeah, but Nightbot has been fixed. So Ralph is happy again. And he's got his own emoji, so he's right. Ralph is doing well tonight. Ralph is doing very good tonight. Yeah, well, it's going to make you a lot. It's going to make it a lot easier for you for the mods to be able to give rules and give out links. And the join link and filters through every 20 minutes or so, and so they're always coming up. So. Where's Queen Jean? I don't know where Queen Jean is, Laura. She's in and out at the moment, but I know that sometimes she wakes up. Hello, Elle. How are you? I can be very lazy, yeah. I'm just saying I appreciate the opportunity. No, evening's treating me well. Yeah, it is treating me well. Yeah. Ralph gets paid. Well, Ralph's just needed an emoji. That's all he wanted was his emoji. Once he got his emoji, he was happy. He goes, "Oh, I'm going to work now." He was very happy with your emoji. It's only 8:30 a.m. in Washington. Wow. Ralph is happy. And we want Ralph to be happy. You hadn't seen those? Yeah, I put an update in today. Totally Clueless. I was saying, Totally Clueless, the next Katie Joy, you're huge, I'm just too lazy to time. I was saying that next time you watch a Katie Joy video and she says sock puppets, you can all show your sock puppets. It'd just be so funny. She goes, and these people with their sock puppets, and we just see sock puppets all just fly down the screen. That would be so funny. So now you can all say you own a sock puppet. So yeah, so these are actually cycled to go around these Nightbot things. Scheduled to go about every 20 minutes, I think. So yeah. But saw she quit YouTube. Is that true? No, of course it's not true, Kim. Yeah. I look refreshed and beautiful. Oh, well, thank you. I don't know that I looked refreshed because it's my my evening, but thank you. Yes, it will be brilliant. Totally clueless to be able to go and just flood the screen with sock puppets. No, it was clickbait. I'm sure it was clickbaiting. I'm sure it was a clickbait. I'm pretty interested to see that it was clickbait. Pretty certain. I didn't even watch it. I couldn't bring myself to watch it. I think I watched my first live last night on stream for about a week. We need to get him. If Rick ever shows up, we need to get him to create a new cocktail, the sock puppet. Yeah. So, Rick's body gets messed up with having to get up early. I think I was talking to him earlier. He's okay. Well, he fixed Ralph, so he may have worn him out fixing Ralph. I don't know. Where Rick said that he was just having trouble with the time difference. So, where do all those single socks go? So they're turned into sock puppets. I think that's how we get sock puppets. I think it was. I caught part of someone's reaction of it. Yeah, I think KJ's lost Duggar content, so of course she's grasping at straws. Yeah. I mean, she did two. What did she do? She did a Duggar video today or two videos today. She takes to buy identical socks, no mismatched socks. Someone told me that too. Sock Papa Island. Yeah, they're all on an island somewhere. Sock Papa Island. Oh, dear me. Gail says that her brother used to buy all black socks and undies. Well, see, that would go. That makes sense. They in the lid. It'll be interesting to see how her subs, where she turns for content now, and how her subs react to it. Yeah, that's right. And to be honest with you, as soon as she started on the cancel Duggar's campaign, she should have started thinking about what the content was going to be and start making that change. Somebody has just tweeted that there's 5 people in ICU in New South Wales and 2 people are on respirators. So that's pretty horrible. It's pretty horrifying. Amy Duggars asked about the NDMA. Maybe she'll speak to KJ about her life with that. Because you know what? Why this is the thing. Why would Amy speak to somebody with 172,000 subs when she can speak to somebody with millions of people like a tabloid? And who has a bigger bank book than what KJ has. She could name her price, essentially, with the Sun or whoever. I mean, why would you limit yourself to somebody with 172,000 subs? Or is my question. You might get 500,000 views, but why wouldn't you go for an audience? Why wouldn't you go for an audience with over 1 million views and name your price? By the time KJ gets it, it'll be old news, and they will have had a falling out, because I think this is what she's hoping for. I really think Katie's hoping for the scoop, and I don't think that she'll get it. But this is just my opinion. Just my opinion. Don't take it as fact. However, doesn't make sense. Read that with Amy. They're both holding on to each other because they've both got something that the other one wants, essentially. And once that's over, bye-bye. That's right, Tracy. KJ buys her clothes. Exactly. Statement to the newspaper when Jocelyn came out, but she wasn't bothered then. Yes, I know, but this is like, this would be the big scoop. She will be bothered then. I could be wrong. I mean, in some ways, I do hope that. But could you imagine what it would be like if she got the Amy Duggar exclusive, though? We wouldn't hear the end of it. Black Redrick Grundy's forever. Yes. Well, I don't know. I found my son's washing basket out in front of the washing machine today, and I said, "Oh, what's the washing basket doing in front of the washing machine?" "Oh, it needs to be washed." And I said, "Well, they're not going to get into the washing machine yourself." And he goes, "No, you're going to do it." When someone wants what someone else, I call it ice cream syndrome, like a child when they see another child with an ice cream. Yeah. The Duggar's been cancelled is really a big drop for her channel, her views on Duggar video. Yeah, they are, and that's her bread and butter. Yeah. Because Amy could name maybe she could name her price and set it all up. Set herself up for life. You know, she could say to the son, "I'll do it for $1 million or 700,000," and really set the family up. Where would KJ get $1 million? But the scoop only matters if it's truthful, and she does know things that went on. I'm sure she wasn't left to her own devices. Well, we all believe that Amy was her source. And Amy could do a book. Why settle for a small YouTube channel when she could do a book? Yeah, she's from. Yeah. You're all fluent in type. I'm good at reading typos. Oh, hello, Mimo. Amy seems to want the. Well, then she would need to. She would want to take it to a big tabloid. Later, I finally got to hang with you, not to be confused with Catherine's new word of the month, y'all, or I love you, which is I know you all. I know. Yeah, it doesn't. There's some other new words as well, which. So. Well, that's right, and because it's an anonymous source, then if the source gets it wrong, then she just says, "Well, my source got it wrong." But as soon as Amy comes out and tells the story, if it's not truthful, then it's going to end up with on her. So she's going to need to. 550 on Saturday. Wow. That's why I said at the moment they've got a mutually beneficial relationship. But now if the NDA comes to an end and Amy can talk, there's no reason for them to keep each other around anymore, to be honest with you. Mm. So did anyone catch the reason why she did voiceovers for a while? Oh, I think she might have had something on her face. Did she? I know that there were people speculating that she's had more Botox done or something and it hadn't gone right. I don't know. All right, here's another question for you. So there's a whole conversation on Twitter about the Julia Banks incident and about the person that put his hand on her thigh. There's a call for that person to be named. Do you think that that person has a right to privacy, or do you think that that person should be outed and named and shamed? What do you think? By the way, Katie's, that's... Why do people put poison into their face? I don't know, John. I don't know why they do it. So do you think that the person that Julia Banks said that did that to her, do you think that they should be named? Or do you think that it should remain a secret, hidden? And don't forget, we still don't know who anything about the perpetrator to Brittany Higgins. That's all been kept quiet. Why? If they're still in Parliament, we are their bosses. We have a right to know. So see, that's how I feel too. And if rubbing your hand on a woman's thigh is more important than running the country, then you need to be named and shamed, to be honest. And don't forget that involved the drinking. People are trying to work out who was in Parliament at that time at the moment. So it could be like the Porter thing where somebody's going to have to come out and admit it, but she hasn't named them. She hasn't named them. She just said this happened. You don't think we should know yet? You think that it's important to know, Bo? They should be, if it can be proven. To be honest, I got fed up with people getting accused and losing everything turns out to be false. Well, that is true. I mean, it's only an allegation. She just said it happened, and she's written about it, so it would be an allegation. But should the allegations? What happened to do not touch anyone? Hands to yourself. I learnt that in kindergarten. I know. But one of the things that has happened, totally clueless, is that there has been a lot of cover-ups in the government of people doing the wrong thing. And I think people are just really sick of them protecting perpetrators and not assisting the victims. So there was a young girl that was at Parliament House, and she was referred to a lying cow by one of her bosses, who was a woman. And this happened earlier in the year, and to this day, nothing's happened. She's made the police investigation. Not even the perpetrator was put on to personal leave, and he's being paid still. So I think people in Australia, and then after we've had the Deputy Prime Minister who had an affair, and we joke about the UK, minister, and how they would make him Deputy Prime Minister here. All of that, there seems to be a culture that is acceptable when we know that societies say no, this isn't acceptable, and we expect our politicians and our representatives to be held at an account at the same level as everybody else would be held to an account. So I think I'm getting the impression that people in Australia are getting sick of the fact that they're hiding this, and we want to know. We've also got, he's now the Minister of Innovation and Science. He was then the Attorney General, who sued for defamation because he said that he was called out for an alleged that happened when he was 16, 17. I read out the victim's report. Laming, Porter, Joyce all claim to be religious or cheated on their wives. So there seems to be a culture at the moment, and it's not an acceptable culture. So maybe calling out the people and embarrassing them completely and utterly is the only way that's going to get them to change. Laming didn't cheat. No, he just stalk a whole pile of women? Or am I wrong there? Something to do with women and Facebook, wasn't it? It's that Facebook accounts. Yeah. So Julia Banks has mentioned it, but she's never said who it was. But people are trying to work out who it was. People are a lot smarter than me, because I can't think who's in 2016. But, yeah. And it was a senior cabinet minister, so it's pretty horrific. And the other thing that really got to me is that there were other people in the room that would have witnessed it, and nobody did a thing. When is that acceptable? I know Laming's not running next election anyway. Well, I don't think he'd get it anyway. I'll be interested to see whether Porter's going to get next election. But anyway, I was just wondering whether you think that they should be named. It wasn't Laming, it was Joyce. Laming pictures of women's underwear and ran Facebook accounts may have been the one that reported me here. Yeah. So that's why I'm asking that's why I'm giving you this little bit of a background to say, do we now, hello, Mr. Obvious, do we now have to start calling out all these people that do these things? And, of course, under Julia Banks could have named the person under parliamentary privilege, but she's not in Parliament anymore. But it happened when she was in Parliament. I think people need to stop the double standards, yeah. I think it's the same here, but also having the balance, because some people have if she's going to mention it, and she should make sure it's investigated. When you say politicians, do you mean all or just LNP? Well, at the moment, I'm referring to Julia Banks's book. Like, here is any attack on LNP, but not all. At the moment, I am talking about the allegation in Julia Banks's book. But everything should be investigated. Everything should be investigated. I don't care what party you're with. If you do the wrong thing, you have to be held to account. That's not a party thing. But this was a specific instance. Because your Premier Dan, I have to say, leaders have been executed for less. Actually, I heard Peter Credlin do an interview. Well, surely you'd be able to critique Dan. Yes, I would critique Dan. I heard Peter Credlin say that he runs a very snazzy social media campaign. She also said that the state Liberals were weak. I have found myself agreeing with her. He's killed Victoria. Well, I don't know. I'm watching New South Wales at the moment. I don't know. I'm for lockdown, so, and that's just my opinion. As a teenager, I was approached by a male boss. I learned early on how to handle myself around men. Well, so did the opposition leader too. Don't forget. Yeah, and all of the LNP and nobody. The LNP didn't. O'Brien and his mob didn't speak out against it either. So politicians don't ever complain about pay rises from either side of party. Gladys was against the cap cut on returning Australians. Yes, everybody else wanted the cap cut, wanted the cap cut. And then she was complaining about the fact they had too many people coming to their state. Well, cut the numbers. Simple. So, but yes. So, you see, the specific incident I was talking about was about Julia Banks and the excerpt from her book. So, and then Brittany Higgins, because that's come out. So there has been a few instances where, but I'm sure there'll be people on the other side as well. I'm not saying that everybody's innocent. No, she called for each state to cop their fair share. Well, she could cut her numbers. No one said that they've got to take as many as they do. Yeah, that's true, but she's not suing. She's just talking about the allegate. She's talking about she's talking about the toxic nature of the LNP. So, and as I said, there have been people that have come out, and there's been lots of women from Julie Bishop, I think, has come out and supported her with some of her claims as well. And so there are women coming out supporting what she said about the toxic nature of the LNP. So that's why I'm talking about it. If somebody writes a book about the Labor Party and the same thing, I will be happy to cover it. I haven't seen it yet. Don't forget Sarah Hanson-Young was suing David Limeholm for his comments he made in Parliament too. So, but yeah, so Julia Banks's book, yeah. Has led a horrible image for. Look, I don't like her either. To be honest with you, I don't like her. So, but everyone has their own view. However, I don't believe that anyone has a right to put a hand on a leg of somebody without their permission. You're not gonna, you can't touch somebody. It's easy to say what parties to say, but I swear the LNP, let's take it to a whole new level. Well, Interesting, isn't it? What I know is that probably Julia Banks's book's going to do really well. Louise Milligan, the ABC reporter, got an advance copy and said that it was shocking. The book was, some of the stuff in the book was shocking. So there's going to be a few bit of a fallout. Don't know why an allegation is enough to harm the career of another. Well, I just asked the question, should they be named? Should they have to pay? Don't forget, we're talking about people that are here to serve the people. We pay their wages. So why shouldn't we as know what's going on? And that's why there has to be proper investigations to ensure whether it happened or not. Yes, that's correct. That's why there has to be investigations. I agree there needs to be an investigation. They have to prove whether it happened or not. I have to say the allegations that were made against Porter are pretty horrifying. So we could run around the creator we don't like so much and make a bunch of her clueless friends. It's funny. Mm. Yeah. Yes, so essentially our politics are really messed up at the moment. So it's definitely going to be interesting. But if you haven't watched that video about the excerpt of Julia Banks's book, have a watch of it, because it's yeah. I was a bit lost for words, actually. Because I remember some of the rhetoric that had come out about her having to take personal leave and family leave, and it had nothing to do with that at all. And when she gave her speech, she essentially was scathing to the government, you know. And then everyone thought that she was jealous and vindictive. So she was a scorned woman. I'm surprised it's in a book before an investigation. Right, the wrong property. Yeah, look, I guess, I mean, she's a lawyer, so she probably knows what she's doing. I would assume she would know what she was doing as far as the allegation. But there's nothing in there to even say who it is. All that's said is that it's a senior cabinet male minister. It could have been anybody, you know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's not been around for a while. She was not been around for a while. Don't like how appears when it should be the other way around. Yeah, but I've heard of it before. Yeah. So yeah, I just find it very interesting. I'm half thinking about getting the book actually, and reading it, because it sounds like it's going to make interesting reading. But it would just then make me. I think, yeah, with all the background with Brittany Higgins and Porter and Joyce. Remember the staff that were sacked recently due to the death? Well, that's correct, John. They've sacked staff for misconduct. at Parliament House because they filmed themselves doing certain things on a politician's desk, by the way. So it's not just politicians, it's staffers as well, and they got sacked. So my question is, why aren't the politicians being sacked? And why aren't we being told that these things are happening? You know? After Abbott getting elected, I don't think all the guarantees are... So, as I said, I don't know. It's just that what it's pointing out to, or what there has seemed to be, is that seems to be a culture at the moment in Parliament House, and it shouldn't. All right, see you, Kim. And the culture, that culture in Parliament House, with all the shenanigans and being a full investigation needs to be done. This can't go on. How about I start? They just pushed around, not have wear masks. Be harder for him to get things like car parks. Yes, that's correct. It would be. So, for me, I just don't know why. There's just some issue in Parliament House at the moment, and I think they need to fix it. And I want justice for. I want the Brittany Higgins situation to be sorted out. It's been a boys' club. It has been a boys' club, and that was part of Julia Banks's thing, was a boys' club, and it's how hard it is actually to be taken seriously as a woman in the boys' club. So, I mean, they're still investigating how Barnaby's partner got to work for the politicians she worked for in the National Party without having to interview for jobs. So, well, it's funny that you say that she failed big time. I would argue that she was actually bullied and harassed. It can't. No, it can't be. And the boys' club is not an excuse for the behaviour. It's not an excuse for the behaviour. So, yeah. So on that note, I'm going to say good night. So thank you for joining me. It's great to have these different chats, and I'm only finishing because I wanted to finish early because I've got to get up early in the morning. I've got to be out the house just after 8 in the morning, so I need to make sure I get adequate sleep. So otherwise, I'd stay and talk. Monday, I can. Tomorrow night, I can stay and talk, but I won't be on Monday night. I've got choir Monday night, so I'll be at choir on Monday night. But other than that, I will catch you tomorrow. My wingman. All right, and I'll catch you tomorrow. If you could do me a really big favour, and when you leave, hit the like button. And I will catch you all later. And again, thank you to Ozbell for the wonderful emojis. They're amazing. Mr. Obvious, you've got some new emojis as a member. Yes. All right. So I'll catch you tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do one during the day. I don't know if I'll get one recorded. But I know that the Harold Holt part 1 is nearly finished. And Rick has said to me that he's found it very, very fascinating. I found it fascinating too because there's a couple of little things we didn't know about Mr. Holt in the parliamentary papers that have been released. Very, very interesting. Anyway, I will catch you all again tomorrow.